Hello and welcome everyone to the week ahead commodity report, where we of course will be reviewing the markets for the week ahead. Historically, the stretch between September through to December, that has always been considered one of the most lucrative periods of the year for commodity traders. A long list of the world's most powerful Wall Street banks, from Goldman Sachs to JP Morgan to Bank of America, they have described the current economic climate as the golden age of trading. Now, this comes as no surprise, given that the current highly macro-driven backdrop that is fueling one of the greatest income-generating prospects that we have seen. This is presenting savvy traders with back-to-back money-making opportunities. Data shows that 1 in 3 people, they have turned to commodities to capitalize on the biggest macro themes driving the markets right now. This includes the de-dollarization movement, which has seen gold purchases by global central banks exceeding 483 tons in the first half of 2024. That's officially the most on record. We have a global food crisis, which is sending agricultural prices skyrocketing to all-time record highs. And of course, the global transition towards green energy and artificial intelligence technologies, which is already starting to play a critical role in supercharging demand for the world's highly essential commodities, such as aluminium, copper, cobalt, nickel, lithium, palladium, platinum, uranium, zinc, and rare earth metals. We have the November high-stakes US presidential election, which is gearing up to be one of the biggest macro trading events of 2024. The importance of this macro event alone, it cannot be underestimated, and is guaranteed to provide significant implications for the commodity markets, with the potential return of the so-called Trump trade. Just in case that wasn't enough, traders, they're now on the cusp of being gifted with even more money-making opportunities, with the Federal Reserve widely expected to make its first interest rate cut since 2020 over this month. That's followed by the possibility of consecutive rate cuts in November and December. This cocktail of explosive events, which traders will not want to miss out on, that is going to be a license to print money and drive market sentiment over the next 112 days from now. In fact, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Bank of America, they have already begun preparing their clients for what they predict could be one of the most lucrative periods of the year. There's no question that 2024, that will go down in history as one of the most profitable years for commodity traders. This is now the 4th consecutive year that has seen a total of 47 commodities, ranging from the metals to energies to agriculture, notching up a series of back-to-back multi-year and all-time record highs. The week-to-week short-term macro-driven trend that we're seeing right now, that can literally be summarized as buy low, sell high, rinse and repeat and do it all over again. On the topic of macro themes, the Fed's highly anticipated September rate cut, that has firmly positioned itself as one of the biggest and most highly watched macro trading opportunities of the month, if not the year. With the September rate cut all but assured, traders are now shifting their attention to the size of the Fed's rate cut on September the 18th. The choice facing Fed officials is whether to start easing gradually or to front-load rate cuts. There's no denying that under Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve, they have made mistakes of moving too slowly to quash the worst bout of inflation since the early 1980s. If the Federal Reserve is too slow again this time, they will ultimately drive up unemployment and tip the economy into recession. The big question now is whether a small rate cut will be enough to keep the economy in expansion mode, or should the Federal Reserve cut rates by 50 basis points to avoid falling behind the curve again? The answer to this question, that may come from the hotly awaited US consumer price inflation data due for release this week. This week's inflation figures, they are going to be a license to print money. Traders will not want to miss out on that data, as the outcome could single-handedly determine the pace of the Federal Reserve's easing cycle and whether the Fed will deliver a jumbo-sized 50 basis point rate cut at the upcoming meeting on September the 18th. Extraordinary times, they create extraordinary opportunities. Right now, as traders, we're living in some of the most exciting and rewarding times ever in history. If you've been kicking yourself for missing out on some of the biggest trading events so far this year, but you still want to make 2024 your best ever, then now is the time to take action. With everything that is currently unfolding on the global macro front, 2024, it is now officially on track to be the Gold and Silver Club's biggest and most profitable year in our 15-year history. Our clients have already made in excess of 6, 7, and 8-figure returns, and we're only at the beginning of September. To put that another way, the majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club, they've already made more money this year than they made in the entire 12 months of last year. What we're seeing right now, it's nothing short of extraordinary. It's times like these that create millionaires and billionaires out of regular people. Whatever long-term goal you're looking to achieve through trading, whether that is to create a full-time income, a second or replacement income, or just to earn a better return on your savings, now is the time to take action. Right now, you have an opportunity to make the final 4 months of 2024 your biggest and best yet, which based on our research, it is going to be another blockbuster period due to all the macroeconomic events that are currently unfolding. Definitely do not underestimate what you can achieve in the next 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months from now. Here at the Gold and Silver Club, we're consistently banking over 10,000 points profit per month, which we have transparently documented through our weekly videos. If you're trading at one lot, that's $100,000, or if you're trading at 10 lots, that's $1 million. As you can see from our testimonials, the majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club are utilizing our proprietary research-driven trading approach. They have already made in excess of 6, 7, and 8-figure returns, and we still have another 4 months left to go. All of our clients have already been fully briefed, prepared, and ready to make the final 4 months of the year their biggest and best yet. If you want to join them and make the remainder of 2024 your best ever, then go to jointhegoldandsilverclub.com now to learn how our mentorship program can take your trading to the next level. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have. Make sure that you don't waste it. So with that, let's move over to the charts and we'll talk you through exactly what we're looking at here as we head into a new week. So first of all, we have to start off with crude oil. This time last week, we talked you through a massive trap on this market to expect the Labor Day public holiday to be risk on, setting up with the trap where we had seen speculators almost 90% had gone long the prior week when we broke out to $77 per barrel. We talked you through the trap that once everyone gets back after the Labour public holiday in the USA, once they return on Tuesday, you are going to see traps in the market which cause people to FOMO, they buy into markets at higher prices, and subsequently they get rugged. So we can definitely tick that, seeing as oil prices over the last week and a half, they've now dropped over $10. In actual fact, speculators, we've seen a huge flush out of their positions in the last week, exactly as we discussed with you to expect this, anticipate it, because then you can swoop in and buy at much, much lower prices. So what do you think we've been doing here? Of course, we've been stacking the position on Friday, later on in the session after non-farm payroll, and again here on Monday. In fact, crude oil prices right now, they're currently trading back at $67.47. Exactly as we discussed with you the prior week, look out for the potential of a retest back towards the price swing lows. In actual fact, we've done exactly that. We've come in and retested the swing lows from December of 2023. This is a massive zone to flush out those speculators in the market. This is max pain, right, for traders who FOMO'd in, that bought in too late as you moved into the beginning of September, and they are being punished for doing so. As we've mentioned so many times before, you definitely need to ditch outdated trend trading systems that rely on outdated confirmation to get traders in at the top, constantly providing massive traps, and then essentially the market will just dump on those traders who bought too late, and it's rinse and repeat. They get flushed out. We've already seen it within the data in the last week. This is exactly what has happened, and now of course what are we doing? We're just swooping in, picking up oil prices at absolute bargain, a $10 discount from where the price was just a week and a half ago. Again, we're buying on Monday, we were buying on Friday as well, later on in the day as the dust had settled after non-farm payroll before the close. And I would suggest the price action here on oil, two things: I'm not expecting it to stay around $67.50 for long over the course of this month, neither am I expecting it to stay below $70 per barrel for long either. But if you've been very patient here, waiting for the setup, now you have a massive discount on WTI crude oil. Now, alongside that, as mentioned before, the game plan here as it relates to the precious metals is to scale out of profits on our core position if we were to see further upside on these markets as we go into the rate cut into the middle of September. So for example, on gold, if we do manage to break back above the swing highs, move into price discovery, absolutely, I'm looking to scale out of the core position. It's the same on silver, where we maintain 2 positions on this market. If we were to start to run up from here, you can see very clearly where the price structure is suggesting that if we break out from here, we start to see the metals pick up momentum. Same setup here, of course, on palladium as well. If we break out of the bull flag that we're starting to develop here as well, I'm looking to scale out of more profit, utilizing CPI data or next week's FOMC statement as exit liquidity on any large breakouts to start banking more profit on these positions. Whatever your long-term goal is to achieve through trading, whether that is to create a full-time income, a second replacement income, or just to earn a better return on your savings, now is the time to take action. If you want to maximize your money-making potential and thrive, not just survive in these fast-moving markets, then you need to adapt your strategy to the current market conditions. Most importantly, utilize a professional, research-driven, and artificial intelligence-powered approach. One of the biggest obstacles that holds back 99% of retail traders from achieving their desired success, it's not having access to the correct professional strategies, institutional level data, and cutting edge artificial intelligence insights to make confident decisions with accuracy and precision. There's a massive gap between the top 1% of professional traders and the bottom 99% of misguided retail traders who simply rely on outdated technical analysis and gimmicky technical indicators that do not work in these markets. If you want to get yourself out of the bottom 99% and into the top 1% who are actually crushing it and making 6, 7, and 8-figure returns in these markets right now, then you have to utilize a professional, artificial intelligence-driven approach, or you will just end up wasting lots of time, money, and effort. You'll have no results to show for all of your hard work. In these rapidly changing markets, you need to be constantly innovating and evolving. Technical analysis, outdated technical indicators, they won't work. Those days, they're long gone. If that's all you're relying on, the odds are already stacked up massively against you. If you want to change your results, you have to change your thinking. If you want to learn our exclusive, data-driven, and artificial intelligence-powered approach that is never taught to retail traders and only reserved for professional traders in the banks and hedge funds with access to powerful game-changing insights, including where the banks and hedge funds, where they're buying and selling in real time alongside the key liquidity zones, so you can enter and exit the markets with pinpoint precision. Further compound that with the fundamentals, the macroeconomics, the capital flows, the daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly real-time data-driven cycles and intermarket correlations, then you need to join our mentorship program. Right now, we are in one of the greatest eras of wealth creation that we have seen. If you want to successfully capitalize on these huge money-making opportunities and build significant, life-changing wealth, there's no better time than now. If you want to upgrade your income, you have to upgrade your skills. Never underestimate what you can achieve in the next 3, 6, or even 12 months from now with the right guidance and mentorship. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have. Make sure that you don't waste it. If you want to join our community of successful traders and take your trading to the next level, there is an opportunity for you to do so. As a member, you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars. You get access to real-time trade ideas, access to institutional research and market intelligence, access to our private Members Academy website, and also support and one-to-one mentoring. For more information, just go to jointhelivetradingroom.com. The link is also below this report in the description. So just click on the link, make an application, and we will get in touch ASAP.